right, let's get straight to it. Today, we're diving into the arrest of very dark man VDM, the Nigerian social media activist.
Specifically, this connection to Guarantee Trust Bank, GTB, which seems pretty central.
Exactly. So our mission here is basically to unpack the sequence of events based on this text we have and try to understand the concerns it raises.
Right. The source is just described as a pasted text, so we're working with the details provided there.
So first point, VDM's visit to GTB. Why was he even there?
Well, the text says he went to a branch because he was trying to sort out some unauthorized loan deductions from his mother's account.
Okay, so a personal issue, something probably quite relatable for many people dealing with bank errors.
Yeah, exactly. Concerns about your money, your family's money. It doesn't seem like he went there looking for a fight initially, although, well, considering his public profile and potential past criticism of the bank, maybe the atmosphere was already a bit tense. Just speculation, of course.
It's possible. But the text focuses on what happened next. It alleges VDM was locked inside the bank's exit door.
Locked in?
Yeah, for over 5 minutes apparently, which is unusual to say the least, being held inside a bank like that.
Definitely a serious claim. 5 minutes is quite specific, too. And then things escalate further, right?
They do, because shortly after this alleged detainment inside the bank, he's arrested.
Not by bank security, though.
No, by the EFCC, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Nigeria's anti-corruption agency.
Wow. Okay, so you go from a dispute about account deductions to being locked in to being arrested by a federal agency.
Pretty much. And the timing is very striking.
And the connection, does the source suggest how the EFCC got involved so quickly?
It does. The text flat out states the arrest happened at the bank's request.
At the bank's request?
Yes, suggesting GTB directly asked the EFCC to come and arrest him. That alleged coordination is, well, it's the core of the controversy here, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's a major point of concern, a private company allegedly directing law enforcement action against an individual.
And it helps to remember who VDM is in this context.
Right. He's not just any customer. The source calls him a Nigerian social media activist.
Meaning he has a platform, he speaks out.
And the source mentions his criticism of the bank and the Nigerian elite. So he's someone who publicly scrutinizes powerful entities.
Which inevitably makes people ask, was this arrest about a genuine crime, or was it perhaps related to his activism, an attempt to silence him?
That's the question buzzing around this, and his legal team seems to think so.
Yeah, the text says they've condemned his treatment and are pursuing legal action against GTB.
So this isn't just going away. We're likely looking at a legal battle.
And it's not just his lawyers. The source also notes public outcry.
Suggesting this has struck a chord with a wider audience. People are worried.
Worried about what specifically, do you think?
Probably about freedom of speech, corporate power. The idea that maybe powerful institutions can clamp down on critics. If it happens to him.
It could happen to anyone.
Kind of, yeah. Especially if you voice dissent online. What recourse do ordinary citizens have?
So let's quickly recap. Social media activist goes to bank for his mother, allegedly gets locked in, then arrested by EFCC, supposedly at the bank's request. Legal action underway. Public is concerned.
And currently, according to the source, VDM is still in EFCC custody. His lawyers are working on getting him released.
Right. That's the situation as we understand it from the text.
It really leaves you thinking, doesn't it? In this age of social media and instant communication, what does the situation tell us?
About the balance, maybe, between individuals speaking out, corporations defending their interests, and how state agencies fit into that.
Exactly. What happens when those lines get blurred? What avenues do people really have when they feel wronged by powerful institutions, especially when those institutions and regulatory bodies might seem aligned?
A lot to think about there. Definitely a situation to keep an eye on.